This is a video about how pandas are fake and gay. It's not a real animal, it's just like a mascot suit for the country of China. And that's the reason that there's no ancient depictions of pandas, because it's not a real animal and it was just made up like 100 years ago or whatever. And what made me think of this, a friend shared this with me. Let me one up it real quick. The way some ritual magic works best is if you keep putting out intentions long after the ritual is over. And the context was predictive programming. So not like predictive programming, but willful, ritualistic manifestation techniques. And I agree. What this reminded me of is just how with their psyops, they have to keep them alive. They have to keep them going. And you'll see with their fake hoax reality, anything that they've completely made up, like the panda, they got to keep the magic going. And that's why you'll always hear panda stuff in the news. I mean, the movie Anchorman kind of makes a jab about that, how it's all about this media sensation thing about a panda. But when was the last time you heard media sensation stories about like a deer or an antelope or a regular, like a squirrel or something? We don't get stories about real animals. And their fake ones get overexposure, and they got to keep the magic going. So I'm just going to quickly read through this stuff. If you're new to this topic, I have a whole playlist about fake animals. Today I learned half of pregnancies in giant pandas result in twins, but the mother chooses the stronger cub, and the other one is left to die of starvation. So often their fake stories are very emotional. There's probably 1,000 videos out there of emotional reunion of a chimp with they'll make up some crazy story about how this chimp is being reunited, and they'll be playing the sappy music in the background, and it's very common that they want to get an emotional reaction out of you, because if you feel sorry for a fursuit, then you already believe in it. If they can make you feel sorry for this thing, then you've already took the bait and you believe that it's real. And let's just look through some comments. We got some jokesters. I think this is just an excuse that the panda lobby has devised because they don't want to admit that the mother probably forgot she had 2 babies in the first place. Useless Chinese bears that are taking the jobs away from good American bears. So this is just so BS. I've seen zookeepers steal the favorite panda cub, replacing it with the other one for the mother to care for. They take it into another room and bottle feed it. The mother just carries on. Apparently panda motherhood is a love the one you're with sort of affair. They'll flip the cubs back and forth multiple times a day. But then how is she choosing the stronger one to begin with if she doesn't care and can't tell the difference? How are they making that choice to begin with to get the stronger one? This just sounds like a bunch of BS. They gotta have an excuse. They have excuses for everything. Do you guys know how there's people out there that they have an excuse for everything? It's not hard to come up with excuses. And these people, that's all they do. If you ever question their bullshit, they have an excuse for everything. And that's not, it shouldn't impress you when people have excuses for everything. I can come up with an excuse for anything if I wanted to. And that's just how they are with the psyops. They'll have an answer to anything. Oh, but that's so tragic. Why would they do that? Why would the zookeepers just let them abandon one? Oh, well, don't worry. They switch it out and they trick the pandas. There's at least one zoo where they trick the mother with a bamboo stick. They give it to the mom to eat. Then they make the swap while she's distracted. So the mom doesn't even know it's a different cub. Well, how could they know which one's more fit and make that decision to abandon the other one if they are so stupid that they can get distracted by a piece of bamboo really quick? Yeah, pandas are not real. They're people in fursuits. Go to any panda video of them flopping around and you'll see people in the comments who know. They know that they're fursuits. They'll comment about them being drunk people in suits, and yeah, it's because they know. And Nikocado Avocado probably knows that pandas are just a mascot suit. He just did that weird panda thing. It is related to the nasty things that these people do to children as well. I do believe that there is that connection. The effects of China's one-child policy. Lots of information. So here's the we got a Reddit expert to come clear the air and make it serious. Lots of information here, actually. Pandas are evolutionarily successful by definition in existing today. They'll say the same thing about koalas. Koalas have the same issues. I do not believe in koalas. I think they are animatronics and puppets. Maybe there used to be some sort of marsupial that looked like, I don't know. The old pictures of pandas or of koalas look weird. So I have a bunch of videos on koalas as well. I know for a fact that when I grew up, it wasn't the San Diego Zoo, it was the Wild Animal Park. They literally stuck a stuffed animal in a little glass closet and passed it off as an animal. Anyways, the breeding problem is also known to be specifically a captivity. They have an excuse for everything. Oh, it's just because they're in captivity. That's the problem. Okay, well, I mean, another point about this, and it goes back to keeping it in the public consciousness, you'll always be able to be shocked about the new information coming out about their fake animals. The lore on their fake animals is always evolving. When I grew up, I know that sloths did not tell us that sloths were covered in moss all the time. That's like a new invention. And this is just like a new panda thing. Who's ever heard about this? They probably came up with this like 10 years ago or something. And they're able to just make up lore about fake animals in a way that we don't. I mean, when was the last time you heard a news story about a deer or something? My final point, real bears. I tried to look up, like, what is the most closely related bear to a panda bear? They said something about the South American bear that I've never heard of. And this is the way that their magic works. They shove panda bear, panda bear, panda bear into your head, and instead of teaching us about real life, like, we should know about all the other real bears, and we should have cute videos of real bears in the news, or pictures of we get their fake stuff. Children are taught about just outer space balls and dinosaurs all the time. They constructed this imaginary reality to keep people in, and it's a huge disservice because we don't know about so much real beauty, and God really did make all sorts of amazing creatures. So it's a huge disservice that all we have in our head is sloth, panda, koala, instead of knowing the real animals out there. What is this? Spectacled bears is what it said was most closely related. The AI. Cute. And I couldn't find anything about spectacled bears abandoning one of their cubs. I mean, in your mind, think of like a mama bear with cubs. Sometimes you think of them with one cub, but a lot of times there are multiple cubs playing together. So it really makes no sense that a panda bear would abandon, and it also makes no sense that if a mother is going to be so choosy to like pick out the strong one and abandon the other one, that they would be otherwise completely oblivious to everything. Oh, give them a piece of bamboo and swap it out, and they'll have no idea that you just swapped it out. Well, if they have no idea, how did they know that one of them was stronger than the other one if it can't tell the difference? Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Pandas are fake and gay.